choosing the wrong connection can also be one of the worst decisions of your life as well. The clock is rushing you. You feel rushed. You can hear it ticking every day in your mind as you wake up. Everyone keeps reminding you of this clock, and everyone keeps reminding you of the time that you have left. He'll do. He'll give me a baby. He'll give me you start rushing. You start panicking. You start, I don't want no scrubbers again, get no love from me. Hold up. Might be able to get some love from you, because when you hit a certain age, your clock maybe start determining your connections. And what I mean by that is, do you start thinking, okay, well, I'm at this age, so actually he'll do. He'll give me a baby. He'll give me you start rushing. You start panicking. You start looking at options that you would never look at before. They term the word settling, right? Well, I'm here to say that are we determined by our clock, or are we determined by our connection? And this is a very important topic. I mean, someone that is now 35, yes, I turned 35 last week, and listen, when you start getting to 30, you start thinking about these things. Like, if you want kids, if you want those things, you start overlooking things. It's a funny line, okay? And I get it. I understand why women are doing that. I totally understand it. But at the same time, in the long run, is it actually gonna work? Is it worth it in the long run? So, okay, the immediate goal is, okay, I need someone that, just say your goal is, I want to have a baby, I just want a relationship, I've hit this age, everyone's told me I need it by now, fine, I'll just take it, not like you'll just take it, but it will do, it will do, because you are determined. The clock is rushing you. You feel rushed. You tick tock. You can hear it ticking every day in your mind as you wake up. Everyone keeps reminding you of this clock, and everyone keeps reminding you of the time that you have left. And it is a constant reminder, especially when you get into your 30s as a woman. You will not be able to be ignored by this fact, okay, that it is a thing. And also, biologically, it is a fact as well. So what happens is, I think personally, I can just talk about my experience being a 35-year-old woman with no kids and not in a relationship currently. All I can say really to that is, I went through a stage, it was rushing me, like I just take a step back and just like, hold up. What are we doing? Like, we need to refocus here. I understand you're in your 30s, you've got a time machine and the time is ticking. I'm not oblivious to this fact, but also choosing the wrong connection can also be one of the worst decisions of your life as well. I'm just saying, I really just don't feel like you should be rushed. Don't rush yourself into this connection. If you're purely doing it based on, okay, I'm running out of time, I'm gonna choose him, I just think it's a really dangerous path you're going to be going down. Seriously, if you're just going to if you're just choosing him because he's got half of the qualities that you want, and it's mainly the real drive for you choosing him is because you're worried about the time you have left, I really think you should just rethink it again. Because in the immediate short term, this may be the most sensible thing you're doing, but actually it's the choice is driven by fear and panic. And I think anytime we make a decision in a chaotic panic, not mentally stable, well, I'm not going to say mentally stable, but not in a thought out way, we tend to make really impulsive decisions. And look, it may have worked out that is the way that you've gone. I just think I just don't want women out there that are in their 30s and feel super rushed by this. Yes, you are on a time constraint. We're not going to hide about that. It is a fact. Me as well, I'm not delusional. I know that I haven't got much time left, but also, like, you want to make this choice, just a very conscious and a choice that has been thought out. You need to write the pros and cons down of this situation. You need to understand that this person, also there are other options as well. Like, don't just focus on one thing. Like, you need to be putting your options open. You need to be comparing here. You really do. You need to be understanding what is the best possible choice that you can make in this particular point of your life. There's no point harping on the fact that we're 30 something now, we're here, okay? We are here. Women, we're here. And I truly believe that the women that are here listening to this are not panicky. No, these women are very intelligent, like usually quite career driven, intelligent women that understand this as well. And I think they're quite spiritually in tune as well with themselves, which is amazing. And but yeah, I just don't feel like we should be rushing, because we will have a moment. I can guarantee you, when you get your 30s, you'll have a moment and you will start panicking. The panic button is there. I've been through it. Most women in their 30s have been through it. Even if you're just turning 30, that big 30, there's a panic. There's a panic that happens. It's a biological shift. I don't know what happens as a panic. And if you don't have kids and you don't have these particular things, people are constantly telling you something is wrong, okay? Nothing is wrong. Can I just tell you that for a fact? Nothing is wrong, okay? We live in a world where you have to be very financially stable and secure mentally as well to raise a well-developed human being until at least they're 18 years old, okay? So when people keep screaming this to the rooftops, like, oh, you don't have kids, but well, do you understand what is happening in this world right now? There are people out there, even men as well, that are not ready for that, okay? And we're more educated now, we're more aware of the situation. I know our parents and maybe generations before, they just jumped into it, but there was a different time in the world that we're living now. Things are way different economically, mentally. What we have to deal with it's completely different, okay? The wealth of information that we have now, okay, it's different. So now, knowing this information, now knowing how we were raised, or the kind of, I don't know, trauma that you may have experienced. I'm not laughing at that. I mean, I've experienced some kind of trauma as well, but the kind of trauma that, maybe our parents didn't realize that they were passing on to us, we now know this information, okay? So it's our job to make sure that in future generations this does not happen, and we don't have to give this trauma, whatever it is, in any realm it is, to our kids. And I think a lot of women in their 30s that are here listening to this also are very much aware of this. And I actually think it's a very selfless thing to do, to not have kids if you're not financially inept to do so, if you are not mentally stable to raise another child, if you still have healing to do. But it also comes down to your choice of partner. A healed woman would try and choose a healed partner, because men are equally important in this process of raising a child, okay? And I think men have a very vital role in that, but choosing the right man is equally important. And I just don't want women to really feel like they are choosing a connection based on their biological clock. They're just disregarding every other things. Like, the red flags have gone out the window. Can this guy provide me Can this guy give me what I need to make a baby? Okay, that will do. But we need to dig a little bit deeper than this, because that choice could actually cost you more in the long term, you know, because we only get to choose this once. I'm telling you, this choice, oh, it's a heavy choice. I don't want no scrub and get no love from, you know the song anyway. No, we can't be choosing scrubs because our biological clock is rushing us, so we are there just going, we're going there. We don't need to go there, okay? We just need to be a bit more, I think, do you know what it is? Because I'm just thinking about myself here as well, because I'm like 35 and I'm in the same situation as you women that are in this situation. If you're in this situation, you don't have kids and you don't have a partner in your 30s, I'm like, should I just choose anyone? You know, it's not like I can't get someone. I mean, if I wanted to, I probably could, but it's not about that. It's about, I need to make sure this guy is like mentally stable, like financially stable, mentally stable. Like there's so many different factors. Is this person like loyal, caring, like, I don't know, like there's just so many things, and it's like, it is treacherous. It's very treacherous out there right now. It's like women in your 30s, you'll know what I mean. If you're single, it's a treacherous landscape right now. But we have to think positively, and you just have to start thinking like you are worth something, because you are, okay? You may not be the youngest, okay? You may not be the prettiest, but there is something quite attractive about something when you get to your 30s. You, as a woman, I truly believe there is other qualities that you have. You have experience, you have just a bit more like calmness as well, and your sensibility, like of just who you are. You're just calmer person, I think. And I just think that this rhetoric around when you get to your 30s, you start feeling less worthy of something, can actually drive you to make choices that are beneath you. And I just think we shouldn't be letting that happen, you know? And so I just think like we have to get to a point where you'll just let it go. Let it go. Like, okay, I'm here. I'm 30 something. I'm here. I understand I have a clock. Anytime that someone mentions that to you, anytime you hear that from a guy, like, oh, you're in your 30s, blah, blah, blah. Okay, we understand. We're here. So what next? Like, what, just that's it, give up? You're 30 something, just give up now? No. There's a reason why you're here at your age with no kids or no boy. Like, there is a reason, okay, that it's planned out like this, okay? And I'm happy. Again, I didn't have kids in my 20s. I would never been able to have mentally dealt with raising another child. And there is a reason just where you are in the space and time that you are right now, the age that you are right now. And I truly believe that if you see the goodness and where you are and what actual advantage that you have in a particular stage, everyone at every age in their life has a particular advantage within that realm of phase of life. And if you start looking at the advantage that you have, you could be like me. I'll start looking at the advantages. Okay, I'm this age, I'm 35, I don't have kids, I don't have a boyfriend, I have a lot of freedom, I don't have much stress from, I'm not saying kids give you stress, but I'm telling you that I'm sure I'm probably don't have as much responsibility as a mother does. Now, do I want that? Yes, of course I do, but I've got to look at the advantages of where I am, okay? And you've got to start looking at yourself as a woman of value that has got something to give to someone at your stage in life. Stop thinking my life is over at 30 something. It's not, okay? It's definitely not. Trust me, when you get to 30, there's something delicious about hitting 30. It's like, it's just, you start really understanding who you are, and you just start getting to a point where you just do not really care so much about what other people think. And it's so comforting to have that. And I think that sense of comfort is of value and worth, especially if you're trying to raise a family, become a wife one day. Honestly, that had so much value in that. And I just want you women to understand that your 30s, please do not get rushed by the clock. It's there, it's not going anywhere. I understand you're thinking about it a lot, but if you keep thinking that these negative connotations that you have attached to running out of time, all you're going to attract is rushed things, things that you're just settling for because your body is in a panic, your body's stressed, subconsciously you're constantly worried and in fear, that you're going to probably settle for less. And you know what's going to happen? You're going to attract less because you keep thinking that you're going to start accepting less because of that. So you're naturally going to attract it. So you've just got to be very careful of the thoughts subconsciously that you're putting out there. That's why I think it's very good to understand, take each day by day. You're 30 something. Today is the day, Just remember, it takes one day. That person could just walk into your life. One day, you could just wake up and your life changes. One day, So just make sure that choice is gonna be a good day, And you have control over that. Don't let the clock control you. I said clock. Control you, Don't let it control you, because if you let your biological clock control your connection, I think you're going to settle for less. And when you settle for less in a panic state, in an impulsive decision-making process, when you wake up from the cloud, when your panic attack is over and you can breathe again and you're calm and you can think clearly, you realize, oops, I did that in a panic. There was no need for that. What happened there? You wake up. So don't let the biological clock force you to wake up. You just need to understand, yes, I have a biological clock. Yes, I'm 30 something. That's not going to change. What I need to do is just keep focusing on myself. Honestly, you have to be completely and utterly selfish a little bit, self-absorbed a little bit, to the point where you understand, I am this woman. I have value in my age, at this age, in this phase of my life. And there is going to be someone that will appreciate that fully for who I am. And that is a beautiful thing. And when you settle for less, what happens is you will start, in the long term, you will have resentment over that. You will have resentment over your choice. You will maybe later on have resentment that you shortchanged yourself because you were panicking. And I just don't want that. I think that level of regret will be worse than just waiting a little bit and just making sure that you have conscious control over your choice, and that the biological clock does not determine your connection, So ladies, women out there in your 30s, please understand you have a lot of value in your 30s, Yes, do you have a biological clock that's ticking? Yes, you do. I'm not going to lie about that, Do you need to start making decisions quicker? Yes. Do you need to be impulsive? No. Do you need to settle for less? No. Do you need to let it go and breathe a little bit? Yes. Do you need to understand that you are a divine woman that has a lot to give to someone, and that you can give life, you can be a wife someone will understand the value you bring. And if they don't, do you know what? Do not waste your time. Please, ladies, in your 30s, we do not have time to waste. You don't need to panic, but you don't have time to waste. You know how you can help yourself is if there is someone that is showing you that this is a waste of time. You have to be not emotional in this sense and be so giving and kind in this sense. You have to be very selfish with your time. So you have to cut that off completely. Like how you can cut other things out of your life completely, just cut it off. And you have to get your cut-off game very, very quickly here. Because, yes, we are on a clock, but we don't want to panic also at the same time. And you can eliminate this panic by cutting off connections earlier than need be. And move on to someone else. That seems a more alignment of where you're trying to go, okay? And that's how it's got to be. You know, it's very nice and sweet to be very nice and sweet and to entertain whatever you need to entertain, but when you get to a certain age, like 30 something, we have value, okay? We don't have time for this. Yes, if we're trying to have kids, look for a guy that has the qualities to be a good dad in the long term, okay? Don't just go for anything. Don't just go for a guy because he can produce sperm. That is not the goal here. That's a very dangerous path. And so yeah, my main message here is do not let your biological clock make you make impulsive decisions in your connections, but equally understand you have a time frame and you can have control over this, i.e. cut people off quicker when you realize this does not align with where you're trying to go. And we know what it is. You are very intelligent, smart women. I know you are. You haven't got to this age just without having thought. I know you women are smart women. And I know you can use your intuition. Use your intuition. Your intuition is the superpower of women. Use your intuition. Your gut feeling is never wrong. You feel something's off? Don't try and be, okay, maybe there's some potential. No, there's no room for potential. No room for potential. Action over words. If the action does not align with where you're trying to go, cut it off, move on. That's what you got to do. You got to keep your options open, and that's how it's got to be. You know, in your 20s, yeah, you've got time. You can, you can do all that, yeah. Oh, potential. 30s, nah. If you want a family, you want to be a wife, whatever your goal is, okay. You've got to help yourself here, okay. And yeah, that's just the way it's got to be. But I would say, yeah, just the main message, do not let that clock make you make impulsive decisions that later on in life you're going to regret, and it will cause you to have resentment later on in life. You've chosen the wrong partner to have kids with. You've done, you know what I mean? So yeah, but I understand, ladies, women, I get it. I'm 35, I don't have kids. I get it. People all the time like, oh my god, I get it. I totally get it. So yeah, I'm also trying very hard to not, well, I'm not really trying hard to be honest, but I'm trying to, I need to try more, to be honest. I need to try more. I need to try more. But the thing is as well, I just think you need to be positioning yourself as a woman that is more of the prize. A guy should be coming towards you. Yes, I'm not saying don't make some effort, but I'm saying it's important that you have a guy that really values you and appreciates you, okay? And I mean, I'm going for the 60-40 Oprah rule. Apparently Oprah was like, you need a guy that loves you 60% more Like, he's 60-40, 70-30 is even better. Do you know what I mean? Like, he loves you 70% and, 30, you love him 30%. I don't know, but like, I always feel like it's better if a guy loves you a bit more. I think it's important. You're a lady, you're a woman. That's who you are. You've got a lot of value to give, even in your 30s. You have a lot of value. And if that person doesn't see it, it's fine. It's not you're not here to justify your value. I mean, when you justify the price of something, you don't justify the price of a luxury item. That is the price. That is the price. You're either going to pay it or you're not going to pay it. So yeah. Anyway, we've sidetracked here a little bit. The point I was trying to say is that when someone sees your value, they're not going to justify it. They're not going to ask you to justify it. Someone that doesn't see your value will require you to justify your value in some way or form, okay? So women in your 30s, there is an era of women in their 30s that there is so much beauty and value in that. You're mostly a different woman than you were when you're 20s. How amazing is that? That experience to have that in your 30s, and you've just become this woman that really understands who they are. I mean, what a beautiful woman. How wonderful that you've got to this phase in your life, that you can experience this. How amazing that maybe you can become a mother in your 30s and provide this to a child. I'm not saying women in their 20s can't. I'm just saying it's a different kind of woman. And so you still have value. You're still beautiful. You still need to wake up like, I'm that woman, okay? And there is someone out there for me that will see that. So don't let the clock rush you and make impulsive decisions that later on you're going to regret. Because I can guarantee you this will bite you in the later on in life. So just write your pros and cons down, Right, what you're not willing to negotiate, like what you're willing not to negotiate on. Yes, do you want to have some room for maybe a bit more open-minded when you get into your 30s? Yeah, okay. Is he a bit nerdy? Something you haven't gone for? Okay, well, whatever. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, be a bit more open, but don't lose completely sight of what you're really wanting in life. You can still have that. And I just wanted to let you women know in your 30s, life is not over, okay? Don't let that clock push you into decisions that later on in life you're going to regret. Be aware that you have a clock. Be open to different options. And then reduce the time wasting. That unfortunately women are emotionally wired. We're wired to be more emotional. And we want to see potential in people. We want that, But unfortunately, you are just the natural caring side of women have, and our ability to constantly see the potential in people is amazing. But it can also hurt you, especially when you get to your 30s and you don't have the time that you had in your 20s to kind of take time to see potential. In your 30s, you do not have time to see potential. You have time to see what's in front of you, the action. And that's what I would go by. And yeah. And wake up every day, positive. Wake up like, I'm that woman. I'm that woman, okay? Wake up like that, because you are. There's something beautiful about being in your 30s. And you've got to embrace that beauty. Because you're going to have that phase once in your life, never again. So enjoy every day of it and embrace it. Know that there is still much value in you in your 30s, regardless to what people say. And yeah, but be open. You have to put yourself out there. If you want a child and you want someone, you have to put yourself out there. Put yourself in front of them. Go on more dates. Go out there. You have to. You need to see what people are offering. You need to see if it aligns with what you want, okay? And yeah. And if you see something that doesn't, don't waste time. Don't get involved. Don't get too attached and involved and start seeing potential. Then you get roped down and you get scooped up into this. No. Just, you need to dead it very early on so you can just move forward And yeah, and don't feel down about yourself. Be nice, be positive, be that charming, amazing woman, and you will start just attracting just people like that. Don't start thinking, oh, I'm running out of time, oh my god. You're just gonna attract stress and like settling less, and people just, all that energy is gonna, no, you're beautiful, you're stunning, you got value. Dress up, look nice, look feminine, be a woman, embrace that. You know, it's so beautiful to have that. And trust me, like, don't panic, slow down. The way you know, just when you're speaking to people, just have a sense of like calmness and just who you are, and embrace that. And trust me, you won't need to do anything, it will just come to you. It will. So ladies, comment below, let me know how you're feeling. Is that clock making you make impulsive decisions? How are you? I know it's treacherous out there, ladies, but there are good men out there. There are people that will see your value, and you have to see that in yourself 100% first, and they will see it in you. Because men can sense that. They can sense stress, desperation, rushness, impulsivity. They can sense it. So you just need to calm, be in your feminine energy. You need to breathe. You need to know it's going to work out okay. And you need to start rewiring that subconscious mind to that. And that you are worthy, and you have got so much value in your 30s. So just don't let that clock make you make impulsive decisions, but let it be a driver to make a decision. Okay, ladies, that's the Nana journey. Comment below. I love hearing your comments, ladies. Please comment below. You know, all the ladies in their 30s and above, or you're just about to hit your 30s and you're just whatever, where you are, please comment below, ladies, on this video, because it gives a sense of other women feeling open, honest. This is for us women. Like, I'm here with you. I'm on this journey with you. That's why it's called the Nana journey, because I'm here with you guys. I'm in the same, I'm not, you know, I'm also listening to myself say this advice. Like, I'm also listening to myself say this out. Yeah. And I'll probably watch it back and I'll probably be like, yeah, that was a good point, you know. And then I'll read the comments. I'm like, oh, they've said this, and yeah, oh my god, I'm not alone here. Like, it's beautiful when I see those comments. So please, ladies, share if you want to. And it's just a community for us, okay? It's for us, okay? Us ladies, and you know, we're here. Okay, that was the Nana journey. Have a lovely, positive, beautiful day.